2 Timothy 3 verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. Shalom to those who like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity. Right, and also shalom, those very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting order in these last days. Right, I'm the brother I'm coming to your video. Little one is edifying, just quick, news article I want to bring out, and you're seeing the main tool that's going to help this shit really just hit the fan. What that main tool meaning, food. All of the chaos that's going on, and boom, Esau, right, using Trump, right, to put these tariffs. I'm gonna got that definition for it too, so you can understand what it is, right? But putting these tariffs on these places, man, right? Mexico, right? Canada, right? So things about to skyrocket, right? And that's one of the main tools going to make people really just freak out, man, right? Because a lot of Americans never, went through days without eating or just seeing skyrocketing prices. So we definitely inside that time. It's definitely near, right? And like I said, this only the man. He only been in his seat for what, 10 days, if I'm not mistaken. And the man been going crazy with that pen. So, hey, we definitely about to see a lot. So just definitely be, prepared in the spirit. So I had got a definition for perilous, right? So it goes. The one I wanted to use was desperate, right? Because we know when people get real desperate, they finna be out their mind, right? They finna do things that they never would have done if, food was on the shelves and the prices wasn't skyrocketing, So that's definitely the times we're coming into, right? Dangerous, unsafe, hazardous. All right, so let me jump into what I was, I'm gonna play this video, right? Right, and also go to the article as well, right? So it says list of goods to be affected by Trump tariffs. Matter of fact, let me get that word tariffs right quick. A tax on the import or export of goods between countries, right? So if you taxing these folks, that means, you pretty much is gonna you're gonna see an inflation, Excuse me. Right, you're about to see inflation, and it's gonna go from inflation to hyperinflation. We already seeing it right now with the eggs. But this right here is gonna be that main thing, right? The cherry on top that make people just lose their mind, So it says a tariff is a tax on the import or export of goods between countries, right? So just expect for those groceries to go up, right? Expect for people to start, looting and breaking inside folks' houses for food, man. This is the time to be coming into, right? Second Edis chapter 15, they shall disregard their princes, right? The course of the actions that stand in their power, right? Meaning the people, they're not going to wait on the government to bust them more. They're going to handle business their own self, to feed their family. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah, man, right? Because we've been prophesying about this, right? And now we're seeing it closer and closer, man. Like I said, it's only January, right? So it's a list of goods to be affected by Trump's tariffs: ground beef, lumber, shoes, cooking oil, etc. Prices are about to go up, right? And matter of fact, before I play the video, I want to show you the difference between inflation and hyperinflation. God damn, I spelled it wrong. Right? So it says inflation is the rate at which prices for goods and services increase over time. Right? Excuse me. You can see from the 70s all the way to 2020, right? It says how inflation has changed the price of a cup of coffee over time. It went from 25 cents in the 70s all the way to $3.08. So it's a constant, going up, right? So let's see what this hyperinflation going to do, right? Because with Trump putting tariffs, right, taxing folks, it's only going to be worse on us. We gonna really catch the real wrap of it. Hyperinflation, right? Hyperinflation is a period of rapid and extreme price increases for goods and services, right? So that's what we're coming into. We're going to inflation to hyperinflation, right? So, I went to the store the other day, and I probably bought like 4 items, and that shit was like $32. But I mean, we laugh at it because we know it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? we know about these things. We know about how you're gonna have to measure your food. I forgot how the scripture go. You're gonna have to eat your food by measuring. We know those things. Well, hopefully, we don't gotta worry about that part. The Lord gonna provide. We're gonna eat in abundance. But we know about that time of coming, right? We know about that time of people gonna be trying to eat and they food in measure, right? They're only gonna eat. Let's say you got a loaf of bread, they're only gonna eat, a slice a day. Trying just to hold on to it, right? So yeah, that just difference between inflation and hyperinflation, right? And it's time, like we always say, a loaf of bread may be shit. Like hyperinflation is a real big difference. Like it just said, extreme price increase, right? A loaf of bread can be $300. That's gonna drive a nigga insane out here in these streets, man. They don't have no true wisdom, not understand of the scriptures, right? Of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, let me go back to this, play this clip.
Fraud and abuse just got access to Treasury payment accounts to showcase all of the fraud going on, billions and billions of dollars. They're already saving billions of dollars a day. We have to look at spending. We have to look at tax cuts as well. But it's very important. There are multiple factors that go into inflation. We have to recognize that and try to fight our way forward and grow the economy in a way that wages grow with the challenges we have ahead, and that people can afford eggs and gas again. We can't do that right now until we fix the system.
And we were just looking at scrolling lists of some of the products and companies that are going to be affected. And it seems like virtually every sector of the American economy potentially could be targeted by these tariffs, and the tariffs that Mexico and Canada have now announced that they will institute against U.S. goods now.
So that's what we're saying. And hey, no doubt about it, we see what's going on. We see the play, right? You got the man putting tariffs on people, right? Like hey, we seen an orchestrated famine coming, right? He's putting tariffs on Canada, Mexico, right? You deporting these people, and they don't go show up to work, so therefore you can't work inside the fields in America, and you're also taxing the people that's trying to bring in goods. So it's like you're because then now it's like, okay, you want to tax us? Well, shit, we ain't got to give y'all nothing. That's how you can look at it, right? So we seen the orchestrated famine coming, and when it hit, it's gonna hit hard, man. It's gonna hit hard. I had a quick precept in mind before I could look at this article. Excuse me. It's like I can read 18. It says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, right? Bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come, right? And the answer to that question is keep depending on Yahweh Shem Yahushua to provide, right? Guide you the right way. Because it's only the beginning of Trump, turning shit up, man. These sorrows only finna increase, right? But it said, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment kind. 21 is what I wanted. But yeah, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute, right? Punishment, man. You know, the America's is finna finally get punished, man. You know, even if, you know, these elites of Trump are starting it off, America's finna get judged, man. That's just the point, but right, hey, we know famine is finna hit this place real bad, right? Verse 20 was the 21 was the one I wanted, right? Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? That's the main point, right? Because at the beginning part of it says victuals shall be so good cheap, right? Like how I showed you inside that little thing, that little picture with the coffee cup. It was cheap in the 70s, you know, right? But now we're seeing it now, as the years kept progressing, things kept going up and up and up and up. You know, now we're finna go from that inflation to that hyperinflation, man. Right? So you're about to see a lot of people just lose their mind. You know, because guess what? Everything is going up but the pay at work. Right? So people not going to be able to, they're going to check out, man. Right? They're going to check out spiritually, mentally, you know, because they can't, they can't keep up. You know, it's no food and it's not enough, you know. So yeah, so it says Trump, and this is an End Time Headlines article, right? Didn't really read too much of it, right? But it just, like I said, you know, them scriptures come out, you know, once you see certain titles, article headlines. So it says Trump warns Americans could feel pain in trade war with Mexico, Canada, and China. Right? You got all of this stuff going. You got planes crashing, you got deportation, and you got tariffs going on. Right? It's a lot, man. You know, the system's finna collapse, man. Right? With this goddamn fella right here, he gonna want to be the one that pop it off. Right? And like I said, this article really going to, you know, the video I just brought out. But on Sunday, President Donald Trump announced that the extensive tariffs, right, the taxing, just always remember that the tariffs going to, you know, taxing, you know, it says tariffs he has implemented on Mexico, Canada, and China might lead to short-term economic challenges for Americans, right? Shit's want to hit the fan because why? You know, because, hey, us, you know, we really considered low class, you know, compared to these elites and stuff, right? So it's really going to affect us on a day-to-day basis. This announcement came as global markets reacted with concern that the tariffs could adversely affect economic growth and reignite growth and reignite can't get the word out. Inflationary pressures. So it says Trump indicated that he would be discussing the situation with the leaders of Canada, Mexico on Monday, and I hope it just get bad, bro. You know, honestly, I hope he do put tariffs on them, tax them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, how much you want to put, hey, just tax them, man. Right? We're ready for shit to hit the fan. You know, I forgot other scripture I was thinking in my mind. I can't remember the scripture. Oh man, that's crazy. It's cool, but that was probably one. Yeah, that's probably the scripture I was looking for. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. 21 was the one I just read it though. But yeah, like I said, that's what really made this lesson. It really hit my head. What really had me to do this lesson was this scripture right here when I seen that article. Right, this is the one that hit it on the head. You know, the victuals, right? Things are being cheap right now. Like I said, you say avocados and, you know, oil and, you know, all these things are about to go up, you know. And I know a lot of avocados, they come from Mexico, you know. And you got all of these, you know, Spanish joints, or not even just say, you know, Spanish spots, man. You have a lot of restaurants that serve avocado, you know. So, excuse me. That was really that on that, you know, quick to the point. But it's definitely about to, you know, heat up, right? Oh, that's what it was. Call all y'all about Shemel Shah. Second edit is 15. And matter of fact, let me hit this Matthew 24 right quick, because that's how we know where we at within prophecy, right? We know shit's gonna hit the fan real soon, right? Known as Jacob's trouble, you know. And I'm gonna just get straight to the point, right? It says, verse 7, Matthew 24, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, right? We seen Esau divided, you know. All the other nation, they rising up, they getting ready for WW3. We know where we at, man. We know what time we in, Salakia. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, right? So this the main one we waiting for right now is the famines. You know, we see about all these diseases that's popping up, right? And these earthquakes are, man, they happen. I'm talking major ones. They happening damn near every day, right? So we need that cherry on the top. It's gonna be that famine, man. It's gonna really just help things spiral straight out of control, right? It says all these are the beginning of sorrows, right? There you go again. We got the beginning of shit that's really about to hit the fan, you know. That's how, like I said, that's how we measure our time. That's how we, you know, where we at within prophecies and towards our salvation, right? But I'm gonna close out with this right here in the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, right? Because hey, it said Trump warns Americans could feel pain and trade war, right? So what's that gonna do to the people? They're gonna put them inside a rage, man. You know. Well, kind of, I could just start from 14. I'm gonna jump around, right? 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, right? Destruction, right? Scripture says in the book of Ezekiel 7, right? 5 and 6. Evil and only evil behold is come. You know, he didn't say it's gonna be evil. Pause. Some good stuff going on. Then it's gonna go back to evil. No, evil and only evil. Right? Gonna be bad times stacked on top of bad times. You know, you gonna have the UN troops on the ground. Food famine going on. You ain't got no wisdom, not truth, and understanding inside you. You got these folks and let out, you know, a grid collapse, right? Which we already know that's going to happen soon, right? You putting, hey, come through the spirit. Hey, we already know Canada's going to pull the plug on America homes, a lot of American homes, and a lot of those houses up north. I was seeing like a little video. It was just saying like if Canada pulls that, you know, that cut the power off, right? That grid up there, it's gonna affect, what's it, 4.2 million or 14.2 million. It'll affect 14.2 million homes, man. If they pull that plug, and which we know they're gonna do it, using taxes, knowing that we got access to y'all grid, right, man? Hey, they about to handle that, man. They about to do that, right? So it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? And this is prophecy, man, right? Prophecy, what it means to speak about a future event. You know, this gonna be a part of it, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, right? All because why? These elites, right, are starting something. They're trying to pretty much get a new world order, you know, set up. But then they have to get the order out of chaos, right? So seeing this right here, just automatically let us know where we at within these prophecies, man, scriptures, right? It says, excuse me. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, right? Walking inside people's houses. Yeah, you know. Because what? They don't have the fools, man. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? They're not waiting on Wick. They're not waiting on Trump to, you know, say something different. People to start defending on their own, man. They're going to have to do what they got to do just to get through the day. You know, it says, I'm going to jump down. The 18, right? Because we already know it says that man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? You know, you're talking about that's martial law, right? But 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's the time we're coming into, right? We come to that time of Jacob's trouble. And it says that men shall be afraid, right? Because why these men don't have no true wisdom, not truth. These men don't have true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? So they're going to be afraid. They're not going to know what to do. They're going to be panicking, right? Right along with the females, right? They're going to be afraid. But the house is going to be destroyed, right? Why? Because you got people walking in, breaking in, trying to find food. Then you got these UN troops trying to, take you to these concentration camps. It's finna get real bad out here, man. Right? But 19 the point. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? The man shall have no pity, right? Meaning no cares, right? They just know that, hey, before shit hit the fan, I remember seeing you coming from the car with a bunch of grocery bags. I kept seeing you stacking up on so much stuff, right? They walking inside your shit, man. They breaking in, and hey, it's either you give it up or they gonna lay you down behind it, man. But it says a man should have no pity upon his neighbor, right? Not sparing him. What we saying? Belt the ass. But shall destroy their house with the sword, right? And what's gonna be that main sword they're gonna be using is that gun. It's finna get real ugly out here. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Shah. It says in spoil their goods, right? Taking everything that's going to benefit them for whatever he needs, right? Because of the lack of bread, right? The lack of food, that's what's going to cause a lot of people to lose their mind, man. Right? It's just and for great tribulation. So yeah, that was that. I'm gonna close out. Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakadash. On to the next one. Shalom.